Good evening, everybody. My name is Danielle Schwager. I'm an admissions counselor here at Kent State University. Welcome. We're very excited to have you here tonight. You can't see them, but we are here with some of our admissions counselors as well as one of our current students. But we're going to go ahead and get started with a little presentation to tell you a little bit more about Kent State and the wonderful things that we have to offer you. So the first thing we're going to talk about is where is Kent State? So we are located in Kent, Ohio. We're very centrally located to Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and Youngstown. So we're in definitely more of a rural area here at Kent State. We have a great college town that has been built up over the past couple years to accommodate over 60 new businesses, a new hotel, a new conference center. It's about 3 or 4 blocks from campus. And we've also connected campus to downtown. So it's a great opportunity for our students to shop, to eat, to do fun things without having to go very far off campus. As I said, we're also centrally located to Cleveland, Akron, Canton, and Youngstown. That becomes very beneficial when students are looking for internships, full-time jobs, or are looking for an opportunity just to get out of the Kent and have fun in the city. So lots of great opportunities here. So we are also part of an 8-campus network here at Kent State, but for our out-of-state students, you'll be looking at the Kent campus. It is our largest campus in Northeast Ohio and has about 22,000 undergraduate students along with 6,000 graduate students. Our student body does represent all 50 states in over 100 countries, but all in all, with all of our campuses, we have about 42,000 students. I think the most important number to remember is we have over 200,000 alumni all over the country and around the world. So when you are a Kent State student, you're automatically a part of a great network, and so when you're looking for those internships, looking for those jobs, you already have a connection being a Kent State student. So I'm not going to go through all of our colleges and schools, but you can see that they are all listed here on this page. One of the most important things to remember is we have over 250 bachelor degree programs to choose from. So there are lots of options for our students. If you decide to change your major or aren't sure what you want to do, you have a lot of options to choose from. Our School of Undergraduate Studies does help students who are exploratory and trying to decide between a number of different majors. We also have an honors college for students who meet those requirements. One of the most important things to remember is all of our students are required to meet with an academic advisor every semester at Kent State when they start until when they graduate, and that's to serve a few different purposes. One, we want to make sure that they meet all the requirements to graduate on time. 2, we want to make sure that they are doing well academically and being successful, because that's the point of a college education. And 3, we also want to make sure that they meet the requirements to graduate. We would hate to see students spend money an extra semester, just as you would hate to do that as well. So we want to make sure we get you the education that you're looking for and get you out of here in the appropriate amount of time for your major. Next is something called the Kent Core. So in addition to your major requirements, we do require all students to fulfill the Kent Core, which is a 36 credit hour liberal arts requirement. We want you to be a well-rounded student and learn more than just your major. For anybody who's looking at a number of different majors or wants to see what your major would look like at Kent State, I encourage you to check out the graduation planning system that is listed on this slide of the presentation, www.kent.edu/GPS. You can look up any major or program that Kent State University offers, and it'll give you a number of different things. 1, it'll give you a brief summary of the program. 2, it'll offer you the opportunity to look at additional links and resources on our website. And 3, it'll also give you something called the roadmap, which will break down the program by semester, so you can actually see what courses you would need to take and what your 4 years at Kent State would look like depending on the program you choose. It's a really great tool, and I encourage all of you to go check it out. In addition to your major requirements and the Kent Core, we do have an experiential learning and civic engagement requirement. It is 1 credit hour that you must fulfill over the course of your 4 years. A lot of students do this in a variety of ways. Community service is big on our campus, internships and research, or some students will fulfill this requirement with study abroad. So we have a number of different study abroad trips to choose from, including over 20 international locations. You can also create an experience if something doesn't already exist for you. I will point out that Florence, Italy is by far our most popular international location, and that's because we have our own campus in Florence, Italy. So a lot of times students can study abroad for a semester, sometimes an entire year, and still stay on track to graduate because they're taking Kent State classes from Kent State faculty. Sometimes students think they cannot afford to participate in a study abroad trip, but a lot of times your tuition, scholarships towards financial aid can be applied towards these trips. In addition, there are several scholarships that students can apply for to study abroad that can go for the cost of some of these trips. We also participate in a national student exchange program with over 180 institutions around the country. So if you don't want to leave the country but you want to get out of Kent State for a little bit, you will have the opportunity to participate. Coming back here to the Kent campus, we do have 25 different residence halls. We have 6 different styles of housing. If you do come to campus, which I would encourage you to if you can, and see our model residence hall rooms, or you can visit our resident services website and check out the different residence halls that we have, as well as the modifications for all of those rooms, so you can see what those room styles look like. We do require all freshmen and sophomore students to live on campus at Kent State University. It's a great opportunity to get involved on campus and get the chance to meet people you wouldn't have the opportunity to otherwise. A lot of our students really enjoy their time in the residence halls. They really have a good sense of community. And it's a great way, especially for students from out of state, to get to meet other folks and build that connection with current students. We do have something on campus called Living Learning Communities, and there's, I think, about 12 or 13 of those listed on our Resident Services website. It's an opportunity for students to live with other students, either in their same major or college of study. And that'll help students continue educational conversations outside of the classroom, another way to build community. And also, statistically, students have a higher GPA in a living learning community than those that do not. So it's a great way to keep those grades up as well. We do believe in a safe campus environment here at Kent State University. We have a number of different ways in which we help our students be safe. We have our own police force on campus, and they do offer 24/7 walking security escorts. So let's say you're studying late night at the library, it's about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you want to walk home to your residence hall, you can call our campus police and they'll send an officer to escort you home. We also have emergency call boxes located throughout campus, and something called flash alerts. So it's a text or email alert system that if there's an emergency, either weather related or not, on campus, they'll send you a message so you're aware of what's going on. So like I said, we have a lot of opportunities for our students, great communities on campus, so I would encourage you to check out the Resident Services website. We also have a number of ways for students to get involved. We always encourage our students to get involved. It's a great way to meet other people on campus, to network, and a lot of times students meet fellow alumni at Kent State through the different organizations and activities they are a part of. We have over 290 student organizations to participate in. If one of those 290 don't fit what you're looking for, you can actually create your own organization on campus. All it takes is 4 students and an advisor, and you can start your own organization. We also have a number of different organizations in terms of academics, professional organizations, special interest groups, religious organizations, social clubs. We have 31 fraternities and sororities on campus if that's what you're looking for. Just a couple examples here. Like I said, community service is big, so we have Habitat for Humanity both on and off campus in the Kent community, and a number of different service opportunities as well. Black Squirrel Radio is one of our 2 radio stations on campus, and we also have a TV station for those interested in broadcast and journalism. We also have over 1,000 special events that take place on campus every single year, from guest speakers, comedians, guest lecturers that come to campus, a number of different ways for students to participate in activities. President Barack Obama came and spoke to our campus in fall of 2012. We also have a big event in the spring called Flash Fest. So you'll have big name artists like Dierks Bentley, Mike Posner, Bruno Mars came to campus just a few years ago. So there's lots of fun things that happen on Kent State's campus all the time. I encourage you to come check it out. We do participate in Division I athletics here at Kent State University. We have 18 intercollegiate teams, and we are part of the MAC East Conference. We have a number of different sports that have done very well in recent years: men's football, men's baseball, and women's gymnastics team in the 2012-2013 season won their conference title. Men's baseball that year went to the College World Series, and the football team went to the GoDaddy Bowl. What's fun is that it's included in your tuition to attend any home game for any sport here at Kent State. So a lot of times all you have to do is reserve your ticket and you can go to one of the basketball games or football games, and they give away a lot of free swag for students who participate. So free t-shirts, free things that happen on campus, and our students have a lot of fun. So Division I athletics aren't for everyone, but we have a lot of ways for students to stay active and get involved in club and intramural sports. We have a number of those on campus, and a lot of those students will participate and travel with the Kent State team and compete against other colleges and universities around the country. We have our own ice arena with 2 ice rinks, a beautiful rec center with a beautiful aquatics facility, basketball courts, racquetball courts, exercise equipment that gets replaced every 3 years to maintain safety. We also have our own rock climbing wall, so you can get that experience right here at Kent State. Again, this facility is included in your tuition, so it doesn't cost you anything else to use on a daily basis. The only thing that costs a little bit extra for students is if you wanted to take a dance or an exercise class, if you wanted a personal training session, or if you wanted a massage, because we do offer those on campus for our students. Excuse me. We also have our own university health services on campus. So we have physicians and nurses on staff who can help you if you're sick. So you need to go to the doctor, you can always stop by our office here in the University Health Services. We have x-ray, laboratory services, physical therapy. So if you have surgery while you're home and need to come to campus and continue that treatment here, we have lots of opportunities for you to do that. We also have a pharmacy that fills most prescriptions. So the nicest thing for our out-of-state students is if you're sick, you don't always have to leave campus to get the help that you need. A lot of those services are provided right here. So staying on track academically is obviously a very important part of your college education, and we have a number of different ways that we keep you on track and help you stay on track for your studies. The first is Destination Kent State. This is a 3-part orientation session that actually begins this summer, and if you are an admitted student, I encourage you to pay your enrollment fee and sign up for DKS as soon as you can. During the summer orientation, you'll get to meet with current students, faculty, staff, get a good sense of what the campus is like. You'll spend the night on campus. You'll participate in a number of different sessions. Your family and friends are welcome to join you for this as well. It's a great educational opportunity if you haven't visited campus before. And you'll also have the opportunity on the second day to spend that half day with an academic advisor and schedule your classes for the fall semester. So that's when you'll sit down and schedule your fall semester classes with an academic advisor who will help guide you. You will also get to move in early. That's the second part of DKS. You move in the Thursday before classes start, and it's a great opportunity for you to kind of get a good sense of what Kent State is all about. It's a great time. It's a great celebration. A lot of our students get the chance to learn campus and can navigate and figure out where all of their classes are, and we just have a lot of celebration, a lot of fun things for students to do during that time. The third part of Destination Kent State is called the Freshman Year Experience course. So it is required for all first-year students to take a 1-credit-hour course where you can learn about Kent State and a little bit more about life outside the classroom. It is faculty-led. There is a common reading book as well that all freshmen must read before coming to campus. And it's a great way for students to have that common bond automatically when you show up to move in for your first day. We do have an academic success center that handles all of our student tutoring services. We have multiple drop-in math labs throughout campus, as well as a full writing center in our library. So we have lots of educational resources for you to help keep your grades up. And again, this is included in your tuition. We have a student multicultural center that helps with all of our multicultural student programming, and there are several student organizations as well. So if you want to participate in this, it's a great way to meet new people on campus. Student accessibility services is for those students who need a little bit of help outside of the classroom and you need a little more educational accommodations. They're a great office to work with. They encourage you to touch base with them before you start classes your freshman year so you can get a plan in place so you can hit the ground running when you start classes. We also have an adult and veteran services office as well as a transfer center for our transfer students. We do have a wonderful career services office on campus. They're some of the funniest people that you'll find here at Kent State. They do a lot of career and major exploration. So if you're not sure what you want to study or not sure what career would best fit what major you're looking at, they can help you do some assessments so you can assess your strengths, your weaknesses, and your interests, and maybe help you find a major or career that might be best for you. They can also do testing for college credit. They have a lot of job fairs, one each semester for our students, as well as a job fair for education majors looking for teaching positions, and they also do a great job of helping students find internships and jobs. Sometimes you'll have companies like Target that will come to campus and take up our entire career services office. You might even have an interview for an internship or job right here on campus at Kent State. So a number of opportunities for our career services office and for our students. We also have on-campus employment, so any work study or non-work study position is going to be offered through career services as well. So here's our standard tuition, room, board, and fees, just to let you know. For our out-of-state residents, this year for the 2013-14 academic year, it was a little over $27,000. We also have our university award for out-of-state students, so if you have questions about your eligibility, just call our admissions office. And like I said, these numbers reflect this year's number. That might go up 1% to 2% projected for next year. So it might be a little bit more than that, but we have lots of different ways for you to get the help you need. So as you see here with financial aid, we do have need-based awards. So the first thing is if you have not yet completed the Fafsa, which is the free application for federal student aid, you can visit fafsa.gov if you have questions about that. And that is how we determine our financial eligibility for students. So if you're eligible for any federal grants, loans, or work study, you need to complete the Fafsa as soon as possible, and our financial aid office can help you with that. You should have received your financial package by now if you have completed the Fafsa. If not, you want to contact our financial aid office so they can help you with that. If you're not sure if you've been eligible or awarded any scholarships, you want to check your Flashline checklist. There's also several scholarship opportunities available through each academic department, so you'd want to search that as well. And also on our financial aid website, we do have a scholarship search qualifier where you can look for scholarships that you might be eligible for outside of our financial aid office and outside of Kent State University. As it is here, our financial aid office does have a few contact numbers. Their phone number is 330-672-2972 if you have questions, or you can always email them at finaid@kent.edu. So finding the right fit can be a tough decision, and sometimes students can't make it to Kent State, but that's why we have video chats like this, so we can offer you the opportunity to come check us out and see what Kent State is all about. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my fellow counselors who are here, as well as one of our current students. So bear with me as we kind of adjust here, and then we'll go ahead and ask some questions. Alrighty, so everybody's going to go around and introduce themselves, and so we'll ask some questions from there. But we're going to start by them introducing themselves, and then we'll go ahead and ask some questions.
Hi guys, I'm Kirsten Berlin.
My name is Emily Marshall. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Kent State.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Murray, and I'm from Chicago.
And I'm Kelly Rafferty. I'm one of the admission counselors at Kent State.
Alrighty, so some of the questions that we have here is, can freshmen have cars on campus?
And the answer to that is yes. If you're a freshman and you bring a car to campus, you just have to be aware that you actually have to have a parking permit, and that first year you're going to be parking at the stadium. However, on the weekends you can bring your car up to campus towards your residence halls.
That's great. Are there any airports or train stations nearby? And if so, is there transportation to and from these places?
Unfortunately, we don't have a formalized system, but a recommendation from either the Akron-Canton Airport or even the Cleveland Airport is to get a limo service to take you to and from the airport. We also have Zipcar on campus, which you can get a membership, use the car for an hour or two, and then return it. Or if your friend has Zipcar, they can drop you off and return that as well. There are some other services that we offer, but for a formalized bus service, we do not offer that.
Alrighty. Hi, Mara. Mara would like to know, Kent State has one of the best fashion programs and she's very interested in it. Can someone talk a little bit more about the fashion program, and do they need a portfolio to be accepted? And that is a great question.
Yeah, we have one of the best programs in the United States, and I think we're actually ranked 13th in overall right now. In our fashion program, students do need to have a 3.0 GPA and a 980 in order to be directly admitted into that program, but they do not have to come with a portfolio, as they will start to develop that while they're actually at Kent State University. Our program, depending on if you wanted to go into fashion merchandising or fashion design, it's going to be a very hands-on program, and they will require you to do internships while you're here. So you will leave with a really stellar resume. Also, doing things like studying away at New York City or going to Florence, Italy will allow you to have a little bit of a different experience than other universities as well.
All right, it's an excellent question. Someone wants to know if they can change their major after they've been admitted.
Yes, you can change your major after you've been admitted. If you're a current freshman, we encourage you to contact the admissions office. You can talk to any one of us or you can talk to any one of our colleagues about changing your admission to a different major. Just be aware that there are special requirements to some majors, so we'll want to review your GPA and your test scores to make sure that we can get you direct admittance into those majors.
Great. This might be a better question for Elizabeth to answer. The question is, does everyone go home on weekends, or what are things to do on campus, especially for out-of-state students?
As an out-of-state student myself, I'm obviously here on the weekends all the time. I really only go home for major holidays, but on a weekend leave all the time, I actually joined the Kent State Lacrosse team, which has been really helpful for me. I was able to go to practice a few times a week. We had tournaments throughout the weekends. But besides that, when I'm not playing lacrosse or not doing any of my homework, I'm actually downtown a lot. There's a lot of nice shops. There's a ton of new restaurants. They did a really cool thing this past summer by building and finishing up those new places to go downtown. Otherwise, there's a lot of times I'll check out a movie in the Kiva. Those play Friday nights, and usually it's a double feature, and those are a lot of fun to go to as well.
Very cool. Thanks, Elizabeth. We have a student here who is a little bit undecided in their major. Is there any folks on campus who are able to help them?
Absolutely. We have a great program for our undecided majors with lots of coaching and mentoring. We even have a living learning community for students that aren't quite sure what they want to do, maybe have some ideas. We lead you in a few, kind of base it off of what you're interested in. If you want to sit in on some classes, meet with professors, actually see what things do before you kind of dive into that major. We give you that opportunity. I actually recommend that students come in undecided because you may not have been exposed to different areas in high school, and it gives you a really good idea of what they do.
All right. Elizabeth, this might be a good question for you too. If students from out of state don't bring a car on campus, is it easy to get around campus as well as to different cities nearby?
Definitely. I actually don't have a car either, so the way I get around is I make sure that I'm always in walking distance, if I was moving off campus. Otherwise, I take the PARTA, which is our bus system for Kent. They're really great. It's able to take you anywhere throughout campus. It's able to get you to Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond. I know I can get to Akron, as well as Cleveland, which does help me for transportation, getting to airports a lot too.
Awesome. Thanks. Sarah here wants to know if she can double major as a freshman or declare a minor.
Unfortunately, as a freshman, you cannot, but this is definitely something that I would encourage you to make your academic advisors aware of, so that way you can plan accordingly for your 4 years at Kent. Double majoring might require a little bit of extra time, but if you make your academic advisor aware of that early on, this could be eliminated, potentially an extra year could be eliminated if you did things like summer courses. So although you're not able to declare this right away, making your academic advisor aware is probably the best piece of information I could give you.
Okay. Thanks. Are there any people on campus or activities on campus that can help me if I get homesick? That's a great question.
Yeah, I'll go. For myself, my freshman year, my RA was I was really close with her. I know a lot of the times living on the floor, there's different meetings that go on. Usually it's either weekly or bi-weekly, depending on how your RA sets that up. But it's kind of a way to get to know the people on your floor a lot better. Your RA, at least mine did, I know a lot of them do, check in on you personally. They come to you, make sure you're doing okay. But my RA was definitely the closest person that was able to help me with those times.
And I think another, to piggyback off what Elizabeth said, is getting involved. There's almost 300 clubs and organizations on this campus available to students to get involved in, whether it's Greek life or maybe you want to continue, you're a religious person and you want to continue with a church, or you want to get involved in something that might benefit you professionally. Those are opportunities to meet other people that might be from here, that might not necessarily be from the Cleveland, Akron area, and it'll get you involved and kind of make you forget about that homesickness you may feel.
All right. This next question is a great question, also comes from Mara. She knows that Kent State takes AP class credits, but what about dual enrollment credits?
We do. That's a great question. We get asked this a lot because students are doing a great job of taking post-secondary or dual enrollment courses. As long as you can get a separate transcript from the college or university you are taking that course through, we will accept it, essentially. When we get that transcript, we send it to our transfer center who will evaluate that and let you know how those credits transfer over to Kent State.
Great. And what about AP class credits? How do we evaluate that?
In AP class credits as well. Typically, if you score a 3 or higher on the test, you will essentially receive credit for that course.
Excellent. Alrighty, we have another question here from Cassandra. Are there any pre-med programs at Kent State?
Well, pre-med is not necessarily a major, so we do have a few different options that our students can go in. Some of the traditional ones would be chemistry, biology. One of my favorite, I think, has become public health, as that's going to focus a little bit more on epidemiology. How do the epidemics happen? Also, they do a really great thing by going to the World Health Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. So this will allow you to have some hands-on experience and kind of build up a resume, which will allow medical schools to really have a little bit of a different view on you as a student. So, but know that you can major in anything to kind of get into that pre-med route, or med school at least.
Thanks. Thank you, Kirsten. The next question that comes in is, can I see what classes I will need to take to complete my degree? So I will actually go back on our presentation a little bit here to what we call the graduation planning system, if somebody would like to touch base on that.
I can take that one.
Okay.
Okay, the GPS, or graduation planning system, is an opportunity to take a look at what the major entails over the course of 4 years or 8 semesters. And usually it'll give you a breakdown of your Kent cores, and of course the prerequisites and the requirements for those programs. It's listed for all of our majors, which is a little over 250. And if you really want to get a very good look, I encourage you to check out Graduation Planning System at our website. And I can't see it. I think it's www.kent.edu/GPS. And it is a fantastic, detail-oriented piece of literature that's going to show you what to expect over the course of those 4 years here at Kent and in that program.
Excellent. Thank you, Kelly. Does anybody have any additional questions for us, or do any of our guests have anything they want to share with our participating guests here? No?
One more thing I did want to add, though, was kind of talking about getting to know people from out of state. There was something that Eastway, which is our freshman year experience dorm, puts on, which is an out-of-state program. It's usually within the first 2 weeks, and it's kind of an event where only the out-of-state kids are allowed to go, and you get a certain color, and that color represents your state. So you're kind of in this mingling group, and you're able to meet people from your state, which was helpful for myself, learning how to get home. Maybe if I needed a ride home with somebody who also had a car, I was able to meet them. But it was also nice to kind of, mingle with people that kind of understood being from out of state and getting to know each other better.
And I can kind of add to this. I've been a counselor here for 6 years. I've been recruiting for the university out of state for 6 years. I'm very fortunate I traveled to the Mid-Atlantic, so I meet a lot of you from the Virginia, Maryland, D.C. region. And I can tell you in the course of 6 years that our out-of-state numbers, population-wise, have increased. I think we're at between 15 and 18% of out-of-state population. So you're going to meet people from other states. All 50 states are represented on our campus. I'm a Kent State grad, I'm a Kent State alum, and I'm a Kent State alum from quite a while ago. And I can attest to you that this is no longer a suitcase campus. You're going to meet people, you're going to be able to get out and see the wonderful downtown that Elizabeth was talking about, and go to things like First Run movies and get involved in Greek life. So you will meet other people, you're going to meet other people from other states, you're going to get to know those people.
Great. Thanks, Kelly. And we have another question here from Nicholas. Hi, Nicholas. Nice to meet you. I see you're a freshman here at Elwanda High School. Can you tell us anything more about that, Nicholas? I'll wait for your question to come in. Do any of our counselors want to kind of go over next steps for admitted students if they haven't followed with anything else?
Sure. Some of the things that are coming up would be signing up for housing if you have not done so. You can do all of the things that I'm going to kind of talk about through your Flashline account. If you have misplaced your Flashline information or you don't remember it, it happens to the best of us, so you can contact our office at any time. We would be more than happy to get you that. But by logging onto your Flashline, you'll be able to sign up for housing. You actually are able to choose which residence hall you would like by ranking them in numerical order. We also are encouraging our students to be paying attention to the May 1st deadline, which is kind of the national deadline to be figuring out where you would be liking to attend in the fall. You can put down your enrollment fee of $150 through your Flashline account. You can also sign up for your destination Kent State, which you might also know as your orientation program. You have several dates available for you to pick, and you can bring your parents to this program. It's a 1.5 day long program, so you will get to stay the night. So if you and your family would like to come, we definitely have accommodations for that.
Thanks, Kirsten.
Anything else?
That pretty much
I think
covered
that's it. All right, so Nicholas has his question. Nicholas would like to know a little bit about the scholarships that we offer.
Absolutely. Well, we do have many scholarships based off of your cumulative grade point average as well as your test score. The deadline for that is January 15th of your senior year. We also have a scholarship search qualifier on our website through our financial aid page. You can go on there, put in your credentials, and search for any other scholarship within the Kent State University that you can apply for separately. Don't forget to check out your community scholarships as well, because there could be a lot offered through your school or local area of commerce and things such as that.
Yeah, and another thing to note, sorry, I know you all can't see me, but with scholarships, if you don't know what you're eligible for, if you are an admitted student, you can always find that information on your Flashline account as well. It will give you a link to find the scholarships that are offered. So with that, if we don't have any further questions, we want to thank you all for participating with us tonight.
Thank
If
you
our
very
counselors
much.
really
Thank
quick
you.
can let us know what territories they're from, just in case we have students who are guests. So we'll start
Yeah.
with Kirsten.
I currently am recruiting in Western New York and most of Pennsylvania, excluding Pittsburgh.
And I'm the Pittsburgh area representative.
I recruit Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland, and about 23 other states. So if you're pretty much in the continental United States, I'm probably your admissions representative.
And hi, Danielle over here. Here you can see my hand. Hello. I recruit in Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, Lorain County here in Ohio, and Puerto Rico. And with that, we have another question in. And Nicholas, how much does it cost per year? That is an excellent question. To go through tuition and fees just a little bit for our out-of-state students, that this past year it cost a little under $27,000 to attend Kent State University. We also have an out-of-state student scholarship, so if you're eligible for that or have questions, you can always call our office and let us know. That is 330-672-2444. Alrighty, let's see if we have another question in here. Alrighty, so Cameron, you have some questions about if you are admitted and you're having some trouble with finances and what your parents are able to pay. So can someone talk a little bit about financial aid?
I would love to. So we definitely encourage all of our students to file the Fafsa. So that would be the first step that I would encourage you to do. The Fafsa, Danielle kind of talked about that. I think there's a slide that has the information on it. The Fafsa is a free application for federal student aid. This will allow you to find out if you're eligible for things like direct loans, Pell Grants, state grants, depending on where you're from, things like that. The financial aid office is listed below, but it's important to know that the bursar's office is also going to be the one that would help you make payment plans if that's something that you are interested in. The financial aid office will be able to assist you with things like alternative loans, Parent Plus loans, kind of financing through that way. If you do have scholarships from outside vendors, Emily kind of mentioned if you are looking in your community and you have those scholarships, we would be more than happy to accept those, and the financial aid office would put them on your package. If we give you scholarships through the admissions office, it's also important to know that those are renewable for 4 years. So you can continue to use those awards towards your education every year. But if your parents are unable to help, I would encourage you to start looking for co-signers or someone to help you out with getting an alternative loan that might be in your name. If your parents maybe have a little bit of money set aside, maybe you would want to talk with the bursar's office about how to set up a payment plan so you can get that paid either in a lump sum or over the couple of months while you are in school. So I hope that helps. If you still have further questions, which I'm sure you probably do, the financial aid office phone number is 330-672-2972. And if you're able to see the slide that's up there, you can copy that information down.
The toll-free number too, just in case you need that for the university, is 1-800-988-KENT or 5368. So you can always call in toll-free and we can get you to the correct, whether it's financial aid, admissions, or bursar's office.
Great. Thank you. We have a student who would like to know when they can live in apartments instead of the residence halls on campus.
Yes. All freshmen and sophomore are required to live on campus and on-campus housing. Or if you are 20 years of age, that's when you can move off campus or have been on campus for 4 semesters.
Great. Thanks, Emily. Nicholas would like to know how he can get a brochure or letter with information about our university.
You can go on our website. We can absolutely give you that information. Just give us a call. We can send you out information about your major, the general view book. You can also fill out information on our website. We can send you something there as well. But just give us a call. We'd be happy to do that for you.
And Emily, what's our phone number?
Our phone number is 330-672-2444.
Okay. Alrighty, well thank you all so much for participating. We really appreciate it. Thank you to our counselors and Elizabeth, our student. And if you all have any further questions, please give us a call. We'll see you later.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.